Samoa Joe, the entire world saw what happened at Hard Justice, locked inside 6 sides of steel with Booker T. Out of nowhere, a guitar appeared in your hand, which enabled you to get the advantage and win the match. Joe, the world wants to know, where did the guitar come from, or perhaps who did the guitar come from?
I'll tell you what. If Booker and Sting want to play tonight, we'll play. Things are getting really interesting around here, wouldn't you say? Everybody's trying to get in on the action.
Wait, everybody? Joe, who's everybody? Do you have any idea what he's talking about?
Don't get me involved in this. I got nothing to say. I got a match tonight with Joe against Team 3D. That's what I'm worried about.
But Kevin, I'm afraid you already are. In fact, what did Sting mean by some of the comments he told you at Hard Justice?
I'm not going to speak for Sting, but Joe thinks things are going to get interesting. He knows about half of it.
Oh my God, Kevin, I need answers.
Can he stand up enough to get over there? Joe anticipating it. You can see him bobbing up and down. He knows he's got to get in there. Kevin Nash rolling over in pain, and he does make the tag, and here comes the world champion.
Joe, right hands for both Ray and Devon. Then the kick that catches Ray in the back. Gonna take Devon up, inverted atomic drop. Here comes the Samoan submission machine like a freight train to take down Devon. Gonna go airborne, drops down, back splash senton, but he turned his back on Brother Ray.
Well, I mean, it's 2-on-1. You got to just keep going one after another. Brother Ray able to get up, and Joe, how about that kick? It's amazing how he uses his feet as weapons for a man that size, and a nice headbutt there for Devon.
Joe motions to Nash to come inside the 6-sided ring, and Nash puts the big boot into the face of Devon. Joe gonna go for the pin. Here's the cover. Hebner down for the count, but 2 only.
Brother Ray, though, realizes that Kevin Nash back on his feet, ready to go, comes over there and gives him a cheap shot. And I don't think Joe realizes he does it, that Brother Ray was behind him.
Had no idea. Gets clocked from behind by Brother Ray. There's the move by 3D, the double team.
You can see here it is. Is he going to go for the 1, 2? Not enough. A little too nonchalant, Mike.
Samoa Joe able to power out before 3.
Oh, now they're setting up for the 3D.
Exactly. They got him in their sights, but Nash is going to stop that. He pulls Brother Ray out, and when Devon turns around, he's got Samoa Joe. There it is. Rear naked clutch. He's got it. He's got the choke. Kakita clutch applied.
He taps out. He taps out. It's over.
Big Sexy Kevin Nash and the World Heavyweight Champion Samoa Joe.
At the moment when Samoa Joe needed Kevin Nash, he was there for it. He prevented Brother Ray from attacking him from behind. And then Samoa Joe clamps on the rear naked choking. Joe has come out here by the broadcast table, and he's picked up a steel chair.
He had a look on his face, Mike. I can't even describe it. It was just pure anger. And he brought the chair in, and he just slams him right on the mat.
Did you see the reaction from Kevin Nash?
He can't even believe it. It's like, what are you doing? Trying to pull the chair away from him. I mean, Joe just snapped.
I mean, we've talked about this, Don, for months. Samoa Joe's temper is his Achilles heel.
Well, I think he just feels he doesn't get the respect he deserves. And now look at him. Earl Hebner is just going ballistic.
Oh! And he just hit the referee, Earl Hebner. I know Earl Hebner just said something to a ring announcer.
Earl Hebner has reversed the decision. The winners of this match as a result of a disqualification, Team 3D.
Cost himself a match with his temper, Mike.
Don, this time it cost him a tag team match. But I mean, you got to think forward. You're a representative of this company as the World Heavyweight Champion. I mean, what if his temper at some point would have cost him the TNA World Heavyweight title? Samoa Joe has got to control that anger.
I am here with Booker T, along with Sharmell. And Booker, I have to ask you, a tough loss just 4 days ago at Hard Justice at the hands of Samoa Joe. What's on your mind?
What's on my mind? What's on my mind is a silver and black guitar. I still have the bump on my head. You see, I had that chump Samoa Joe beat in the 6 sides of steel with weapons. And then appears a guitar. You see, I don't know if this TNA's idea of a joke. You see, I mean, doesn't that hick have some business interests in this company? No. Don't answer that. You see, there's a old redneck saying. You mess with the bull and you get the horns. Well, I say, you mess with Booker T, you get my foot up. No, I'm not gonna go there. I'm gonna let my actions speak louder than my words. Excuse me.
Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen. After Hard Justice, we kept the cameras rolling, and we have exclusive footage of what happened between Kevin Nash and Sting. And we'll show you this footage for the first time when we come back from this commercial break.
And it keeps on coming. The main event for No Surrender has been signed. Samoa Joe will be defending the TNA World Heavyweight Championship in a 4 Ways to Glory match. It's a 4-way match. He'll have 3 challengers. And over the next 3 weeks here on Impact, we're going to determine the 3 challengers with a series of 3 qualifying matches. Next week, it kicks off with Booker T one-on-one with the War Machine Rhino. Yes, very
Going to react to something. Sharmell being carried out. You'd think that Booker T would really be off of his game. But let's show you what happened during the break as we see how Booker T was able to turn things around and get the momentum. You can see staggering here. Here comes the Gore, but he gets out of the way at the last second. And Rhino, by committing himself, cost him. And then the kick to the jaw, and Booker T in total control.
quickness and agility of Booker T, followed up by the kick as him in the driver's seat in this qualifying match. War Machine back up to the vertical base, reels off those right hands. 3 shots to the ribs, and then Booker caught him with another kick.
I'll tell you, Booker T just so dangerous with those feet. He just has such leg extension. He's got such long legs and can kick you from a farther distance than most people can, and it really works to his advantage.
Boy, and he has Rhino in serious trouble at this point. I think that last kick may have knocked him unconscious.
Yeah, Rhino, it's just one of those things, Mike, where you hit it in the right spot. I mean, it can just turn things around. His bell is rung as he just goes for the axe kick, but maybe Rhino was playing a little possum as he turns Booker T inside out.
Desperation move as Rhino tries to unleash the offense and turn this matchup around against Booker T.
Whoa, Booker T, you can hear him. Whoa, he's confused. He thought he had things in control. Rhino, on the other hand, has got to get to his feet. He's got to establish that power game that he's so good at.
Clothesline missed. Series of shots, right hand after right hand, right on the button. Quick reversal, quick counter, sends Rhino into the ropes, and then Rhino explodes with a clothesline. He was taking Booker over no matter what.
Oh, he just flat out tackled him. That was just a full rush. Made sure he got full contact. And there's the shoulder block right into the gut, which takes the wind out. Look at his belly to belly. He's crazy.
Doesn't go for the pin, Don. Instead, pretty obvious here. He talked earlier about a game plan predicated on the Gore, but he's going to try and weaken Booker even more. You don't see this very often. War Machine headed up to the top and missed the diving headbutt.
Boy, he was going for the kill shot there. All that weight coming from that kind of a distance, but he took too long. Booker T almost just stayed there on purpose, able to roll away, and that head hit the canvas.
And then there's the axe kick.
Oh, no.
Drilled him right in the back of the head. On him for the cover. And got it count.
Here is your winner, Booker T.
Talk about taking advantage of an opportunity. Rhino went for that headbutt off the top. Booker T saw that window open, hit the axe kick this time, and he gets the win.
And with the victory, Booker T, the first challenger to qualify for No Surrender. Samoa Joe's other 2 opponents to be determined in upcoming weeks. Let's go to Lauren with Gail Kidd.
Last week here on Impact, you defeated Rhino. That means you qualified for the 4 Ways to Glory match coming up at No Surrender September 14th, and that also means you're in the main event. You could become TNA World Heavyweight Champion.
Yes. Yes, Jeremiah. It was a great night for Booker and the lovely Sharmell. Just another day at the office for me. Just another day at the office, you know?
I want that one. That one looks better on me. I don't like red. It's not my color.
I like this, and I'm going to wear it.
Give me the damn jacket.
You know what?
What the hell are you doing, man? Excuse me. There's a lot of rare artifacts here. A lot of expensive things. I invited you here to watch the Sting promo, so please just sit on the sofa, okay?
I'm sorry, Buck. I'm real sorry.
I apologize. Excuse me. Like I was saying, there will be no excuses. No excuses and no surrender, because there will be no guitar. You know, I will sever the problem by decapitating the head from the body. So I say, let's toast to good friends and good times right here tonight.
Good stuff. Yes. Added the good stuff.
Right here. Grab your one, Jeremiah.
This is good stuff. This is not cheap stuff.
Listen to me. Listen to me.
Yes.
What the hell?
I'm sorry.
Get the hell. Get the hell out of
To ask you, a very interesting scenario has developed here tonight. You are about to face Kurt Angle one-on-one qualifying matchup for the No Surrender 4 Ways to Glory main event matchup for the World Heavyweight Championship. What that means is if you defeat Kurt Angle tonight, you will be in the main event. You will get an opportunity at the World Heavyweight Championship. You will face Samoa Joe with 2 other competitors.
You know, Jeremy, I don't know if you remember this or not, but a while back, I did Cornette a favor. Cleared some guys out of his office, if you will. I said I'd do it, and he owed me. Well, tonight, I went to Cornette and I said, I want in. I want a shot to become the world champion. Now, I'm not doing it to become world champion. It's a wake-up call. You know, I've tried to get a hold of Joe all day. I've walked around this building till, I'm blown up. He's up in the rafters chasing Sting. Once again, my kid's eyes are not on the ball. So I figure I beat Kurt tonight. I go to Toronto. I can watch his back. He's not ready in Toronto. There's a real good chance Big Sexy becomes world champion for the 6th time.
Been impressive every time he's hit a big move like this. The force to which he's done it, you can see it taking its toll on Kurt Angle.
Explain to you something about Kevin Nash. Being as tall as he is, being a freakishly tall athlete like Kevin is, when he hits you with that sidewalk slam, you're dropping from 7 feet in the air.
Plus, Samoa Joe, Sting to speak for the first time in months here on Impact tonight. I think he's going to have a lot of answers to the questions that many of us have had, including you.
Oh, we'll find out. Sting's a whole other story, Mike. Sting's a whole other story.
Little snake eyes in the corner. The power game of Nash coming to fruition. And now Kurt Angle in trouble. Let's see if Nash can put him away and advance to the 4 Ways to Glory World title match at No Surrender.
Well, you can see just having a hard time getting Sting up, and that's the problem. He just couldn't get Sting to come off those ropes and not able to hit him with the force that he wanted to.
Absolutely. Once those wheels are out, it's tough. It's tough for Kev to get moving. But I'm telling you one thing. He will find a way.
How about that there? Just send him in with a 1, 2. Oh, so close.
I'd say pulling out all the stops. Kevin Nash leaving his feet. Big shoulder block on Angle. Follows up. How about that? Clothesline takes Angle all the way down to the concrete, and Nash going to follow out and see if he can continue the advantage.
Now, this is dangerous, especially when you're dealing with somebody like Kurt. Kurt thrives out here. He thrives in this environment.
Kurt using the announce table to get himself up, but Kevin comes right in. Wow! He did slap Joe!
Eyes on you?
Wait a minute. Kevin Nash just came to the broadcast table here, and he hit Samoa Joe right there. Joe, think about your temper, Joe.
Samoa Joe again reacting as Kevin Nash just slapped him and told him to watch what he was doing. How about the boot, though, by Kevin Nash? And now look at him. Joe joined with Kevin Nash, and Kevin just looks at him and goes right back after Kurt Angle.
And now Nash has got Angle in a position where I think he was going to go for the jackknife powerbomb. Would you see Samoa Joe up on the apron, but the low blow by Angle leads to the Angle slam.
The Olympic slam is hit. 1, 2, he did it. And he knew it. Here's your winner.
Well, how about that turn of events? Kurt Angle ends up joining Booker T.
said, keep your eyes on me, and that just set Joe off as we've seen it happen before, Mike.
My temper! You gotta get my face? Oh, is that it, Ted? Practice what you preach, big man! Practice what you preach! Come on, Joe, come on.
Well, this heated situation between Samoa Joe and Kevin Nash ends with Kevin Nash, how about this, dropping down to the floor here and walking out of the ring on Samoa Joe. And as you can see, Kurt Angle now joins Booker T as the second challenger for Samoa Joe when the TNA World Heavyweight Championship is at stake at No Surrender. And we open Impact with the arrival of Kurt Angle. It was last week when Kurt Angle took advantage of friction between Samoa Joe and Kevin Nash. Angle's low blow on Nash not only allowed him to score the pin, but in the process, Kurt advanced to the No Surrender TNA World Heavyweight Title main event by winning the 4 Ways to Glory qualifying matchup. One would presume that we will hear Kurt Angle address his September 14th title shot at the World Champion Samoa Joe, as well as Sting's scathing indictment of much of the young talent on the current TNA roster.
You dig it, sucker!
Even before Kurt Angle earned his challenger's role at No Surrender, it was Booker T, who 2 weeks ago scored a victory over Rhino. He captured the first 4 Ways to Glory qualifier, and as a result, Kurt Angle and Booker T have filled the first 2 slots when Samoa Joe defends the World Heavyweight Championship as TNA makes its international pay-per-view debut on Sunday, September the 14th in the Greater Toronto area with No Surrender in Oshawa, Ontario, Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, later tonight, the former rivals AJ Styles and Christian Cage to square off. We'll see who will gain the 3rd and final slot as we finally determine the 3 opponents for the Samoan Submission Machine.
Even though it's all for one and one for all at No Surrender, it's interesting watching the body language of Booker T and Kurt Angle. It's obvious tonight they're on the same page.
Samoa Joe, you're looking at a portrait of what a real world champion is supposed to look like. Booker T and Kurt Angle. You see, we carry ourselves with dignity, honor, and respect. Traits you will never have, Samoa Joe. You see, I would never speak on Sting's behalf, but last week, everything that he said was directed toward you, Samoa Joe. You are a disgrace to the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. Am I right?
You know, Kurt Angle is right on the money, Joseph. You see, when Sting spoke last week, he spoke the truth. He spoke the truth about today's wrestlers. A bunch of spoiled brats who want everything, but they have earned nothing. You see, what you see in the middle of this ring here tonight is 2 champions. Not only 2 champions, but 2 distinguished gentlemen. And the way I see see it, Joe. At No Surrender, the world title would be decided between two gentlemen, and that is Kurt Angle and myself. The old-fashioned way, man to man, face to face, like two champions should.
I couldn't agree with you anymore, Booker T. You see, at No Surrender, it's going to go a little something like this. We're going to take the winner of Christian Cage and AJ Styles, and we're going to take him out just like that. Kaput, gone. Right at the beginning of the match. Then we're going to call him the whole entire arena and find that country-wielded hick. And we're going to take that guitar and stick it straight up his Samoa Joe, we're going to make an example out of you. We're going to humiliate you like the punk that you are. Oh, it's real. It's damn real.
Yes, it's going to be two former TNA World Champions to compete head-to-head later tonight to see who will join Kurt Angle and Booker T at No Surrender against Samoa Joe, and I can't wait to hear what Christian Cage has to say about his match tonight against AJ Styles on Impact.
I don't really mean to interrupt, but I couldn't help it. I heard you out here running your mouth, Kurt, and I just want to set the record straight on something. You're not going to have to worry about AJ Styles at No Surrender because you're looking at the man that's going to qualify tonight in the 4 Ways to Glory match. Now, don't get me wrong, AJ Styles is the future of this business. AJ Styles and I have had our problems in the past, but we've patched those up. This isn't about that right now. This is about No Surrender in my backyard. This is about the main event at No Surrender. Now, while you guys are out here talking, seemingly worried about all these politics going on, you seem a little bit distracted, and you know what? I hope that you are. I hope that you are distracted because while you're thinking about that, I'll be thinking about this. Becoming a 3-time world heavyweight champion.
Wait a damn minute. The hell you talking about? Run it out here. Man, you ain't nothing but a poop butt. Fairy tale dreaming. King of the politics. Man, look here. You always talking about how you roll. Well, let me tell you something. Of all people, you need to be rolling with this right here. Look, man, these young guys right here ain't showed us nothing. And first of all, they ain't showed Booker T, the royalty. They ain't showing me no respect right here.
Hold on 1 second before you blow a gasket there, Whoopi Goldberg. Is it really about the lack of respect? Or Booker, are you just worried about losing your spot?
Whoa. You want to play the role of the superhero? You go ahead. Okay, I'll make this simple. I'll make this very simple. We can do this the easy way, or we can do it the hard way. It's your choice.
It's my choice? Well, that depends, Kurt. What's the hard way?
Looks like we're about to see the definition of the hard way from Kurt Angle removing his jacket and going right up the ramp to confront Christian Cage, and there they go.
Well, they've goaded him into this, and Christian Cage should be careful. He's got a match later on tonight to qualify, but he doesn't care. He just goes right after the two that are going to be a no surrender.
And as soon as Angle sneaks up from behind, Cage is ready for him. Right hands for both, but then all of a sudden, the 2-on-1 beatdown is just too much. They've got him trapped in the corner.
Well, you knew it was going to happen. I mean, two people of that magnitude in Kurt Angle and Booker T. The numbers game was going to be. And wait a minute, here he comes. The phenomenal AJ Styles, and he's breaking it up as he goes right after Kurt Angle.
Think of the irony of this. Christian Cage's opponent later tonight in the 4 Ways to Glory qualifying match, the phenomenal AJ Styles is the one who just saved his butt.
You want to come to the ring? You want to try and do something? Yeah. Well, how about me and Booker T make sure neither one of you make it to no surrender? How do you like that?
Not quite so fast, Kurt.
Jim Cornette from TNA Management.
I think all these people deserve to see AJ Styles and Christian Cage without you two sticking your big fat noses in it. Good call. So I tell you what's going to happen. If you, Booker T, or you, Kurt Angle, either one of you, interfere in their match tonight, both of you lose your spot in the 4 Ways to Glory match. If you think I'm bluffing, try me.
How about that? Jim Cornette laying down the law to both Kurt Angle and Booker T, warning them if there's any interference from either of them tonight in the AJ Styles Christian Cage one-on-one matchup, then they will lose their spot at No Surrender.
Well, it was a great call there by Jim Cornette, joining that line in the sand, and you could see Christian Cage holding the hand out. And think about the history of these two. I mean, best of friends, then bitter enemies, and now they have that respect for each other. On that, let's go to the back with JB.
I'm here with the TNA World Heavyweight Champion, the Samoan Submission Machine, Samoa Joe. 2 things I have to ask you. First of all, Kevin Nash, what we saw happen between the two of you last week on this program. Is it safe to say that the mentorship, the guidance he's given you over the last 6 months, the whole thing is over?
Guidance, JB. You know, Kevin's been coming out here and preaching to me, Joe, don't lose your temper. Joe, don't lose your temper. And then what do, Kevin? You had Angle beat. You had him beat in the middle of that ring, but your temper lost you the fight. You expect me to listen to you now, Kevin? Hell, I'll tell you what. You put your hands on me, Kevin. So as far as I'm concerned, next time I see you, I'm definitely putting a lot of hands on you.
My second thing we need to address is the icon Sting. And certainly his words you've taken great exception to, his actions you've taken great exception to, but it seems like you've been picking a moment. You've been waiting back, picking an opportunity for you to strike. Now, my question is, he is due to address the fans tonight in the 6-sided ring. Is this your opportunity?
You're going to address the fans, Sting. When you're going to come out there and preach your sermon, tell them how I'm disrespectful, how I don't respect what you've done in this business, how I don't respect you, how I don't show you the proper respect when I see you. Well, I'll tell you what, if you want my respect, earn it, Sting. Earn it. For once in your life in TNA, earn some respect. Because let me tell you something. You walk around here, you hide in the rafters, you come and go as you please, and you take money out of the pockets. You take money out of the pockets of the boys, you take money out of my pocket, you take money out of the pockets of the fans who pay to see you wrestle, not preach, Sting. So I'll tell you what, tonight you got something you need to say to the fans. You can say it to me too. I'll be seeing you, Stinger.
You know, Kevin Nash, for the last 6 months, there is no doubt you have been a tremendous mentor, guidance counselor, if you will, for Samoa Joe. But after last week's matchup between you and Kurt Angle, the very Achilles heel that a lot of people say Samoa Joe has, he loses his temper, he can't control his emotions. Seems to me like after watching last week's matchup, that was actually you, Kevin.
You're absolutely right. I mean, I didn't practice what I preach. And I was trying to motivate Joe. I was trying to show him, you know, how to get the job done. And in essence, yeah, I fractured a 6-month relationship. And I don't know. I'm hoping I can get it back.
Well, we heard what Samoa Joe had to say earlier tonight. Sting's in the building as well. My question for you is this. Is there time? Can you defuse this situation? Can you still talk to Joe?
I mean, I'd like to, but after what happened, I just don't think Joe's going to listen to me. But Jeremy, I've listened to what Sting says, and there's a lot of truth in what he's been talking about. So hopefully, if Joe doesn't listen to me, maybe, just maybe, he'll listen to Sting.
Way AJ's going to try that again because it cost him the first time. AJ's thinking, you know what, let's go right back at it and catch him off guard. That's what it's going to take to win a match like this. You got to completely catch him off guard with something so crucial that you can finish the match up in a hurry before they know what happens.
Mid-ring exchange. AJ getting the better of it. Going to see Christian now try and spring off the ropes. AJ with the drop down, and as Christian comes off, AJ Styles just decked him first with the drop kick, and then with the clothesline, and then the back elbow.
Well, you can see AJ Styles feeling it. He always gets that way when he's able to hit that drop kick because it just puts him in motion. Oh, he hesitated too long, and look at this. Christian Cage took his head off with that clothesline.
Decapitation clothesline by Christian Cage. And now, headed up to the top, here comes a frog splash from Christian, but nobody home.
Again, that slight hesitation. Just enough for somebody like AJ Styles to realize what's happening and to get out of the way. But yet he also hung in there long enough to force Christian Cage to go through with it.
Styles clash attempt, blocked by Christian. Going to go for the unprettier here, but AJ's got it blocked. He's going to try and fight through, and Christian, no! Reversal by AJ, but Cage lands on his feet.
Oh, the Pele! Again out of nowhere. 1, 2, oh! I thought he hit it for the pin. Again, it's always when you least expect it. I mean, we're watching the unprettier unfold, and then the Pele.
Looked like AJ Styles was going to move into that third slot, joining Kurt Angle and Booker T against Samoa Joe at No Surrender, but miraculously, Christian able to avoid the 3 count. Watch AJ measure, going to go up, springboard in, right over the top of Cage.
Again, Christian Cage goes underneath him and then comes off with that corkscrew elbow and stops AJ in his tracks. 1, 2, AJ gets the shoulder up in time.
Still to come tonight, Sting promises to speak to the TNA fans. I've got to get your comments on how AJ Styles answered Sting from last week.
Well, I think he hit it right on the head. I mean, there's 2 sides to every story. And AJ Styles, somebody that feels like he helped carry this company on his back in lean times and feels like Sting came in when the getting was good.
Christian up on top, precarious position. AJ going to try and superplex him back in. Christian hanging on for dear life, for balance, trying to fight him off and does, and then comes right back on top of him. Frog splash, here it is. Here's 2.
Oh, just in time, but you gotta like how Christian went about that. Once he pushed AJ off, he didn't hesitate for a second, followed it right up with the frog splash and thought it was going to be enough, but AJ just on pure instinct, pure willpower, got the shoulder up.
And you can almost sense the frustration there on the face of Christian Cage. I think he figured that zero hesitation move would get him the world title shot at No Surrender. AJ instead flings him out to the floor, but look how quickly Christian recovers, and he's back up on top again. AJ turns around, and he's ready for him. He just met him with that big right hand.
Well, he sensed he was behind him. That's what it was. It was just a feel, a sense. He didn't see him, and he turns around, and he guessed right, and he caught him, and now look at this. AJ just sends him right over the top. Nice back body drop as he put him on his shoulders and sent him. Now AJ going up to the top. What could he be doing here as he sets it up? Could it be? Spiral tap, but he misses. Wow.
Christian rolls out of the way as AJ went for the spiral tap. Waits till he gets up. Could this be the unprettier? Here it comes.
He's got it set up, but AJ puts him right into the referee and knocks down referee Rudy Charles.
Contact made with the referee. The body of Christian just flung right into...
What in the world?
That's Frank Trigg.
Frank Trigg just crashes AJ with that kendo stick. Oh, come on!
We had anticipated potential interference from Kurt Angle and Booker T, but never Frank Trigg.
Well, Christian Cage doesn't realize what happened. He never saw Frank Trigg, and he nails him with the unprettier. 1, 2, he's got it.
Here is your winner, the Instant Classic, Christian Cage.
Oh, Frank Trigg, so happy with his handiwork. I've got to agree with you. Instant Classic Christian Cage never saw the interference of place, right time. He's not afraid to take advantage of this situation and score the win in the final 4 Ways to Glory qualifying matchup. And ladies and gentlemen, as a result, at No Surrender, we now know that it will be Samoa Joe defending the TNA World's Heavyweight title against Booker T, Kurt Angle, and Christian Cage.